function here. What are the points? What's the range? What's the domain for this? I'll just sketch it, isn't it? So I would put it into the calculator from -10 to +10, and I'll write down some key points. So what numbers come up when you put them into your calculator? 0, 0 is an interesting one, yeah. What else? Now, see 0, 0 and 2, 0. Okay, so 0, 0 and 2, 0 are interesting, okay, because I'll just stretch it out here. That one could be 1, that's 2, that's 3. Is it N-shaped or U-shaped? Huh? It's N-shaped because it has a -x squared, okay? Now, what I'd be very interested in doing is, see the way this is where it crosses C0 and C2. What's halfway between 0 and 2? What? Give me the number for 1 as well. 1 what? 1, 1. Oh, that's easy. Okay, I pretty much have it now, don't I? What's -1 out of interest? -1 what? -3. So we can see, you can get a rough guide of how steep you have to go. And I think that's enough. Would you agree that's enough? Because I can roughly see where I'm going now, can't I? So here's the turn. I got the turn absolutely nailed. And then we're just going down, and there's your rough sketch. Is that all right? Happy days? Yes, sir. All right, calculator. Mode, table, 1 sec, buddy. What's it, 3? What's the formula? 2x minus x squared? All right, so what were you asking me? Yeah, that's the one. Just press equals. Start at -10, end at +10, step of 1. And then you write down your significant points. Everybody see that? We have some significant points in there, and that's it. Yes, sir. I use my calculator. 1, 1. Why did I choose 1, 1 is what you're asking me. Yeah. I chose 1, 1 because it's halfway between the 2 points where it crosses the axis. What's the halfway point there? If it was 0, 3, I'd choose 1.5. You get what I'm saying? If it was 0, 10, I'd use 5. It was -2 and 3, I'd choose the midpoint of the two of them if I could. Choose the midpoint of where they cross the axis. Show you another one now. 13. Okay. Now with 13, we'll just grab this here. All right, once again, enter 13 into your calculator. Enter 13 into your calculator, guys. That's still you, Mel, isn't it? All right. Yeah. All right. So you put it into your calculator and you see the significant points. 0.8 is a good one. Anybody else? -4 and the other one? Where does it cross 0 again? Is it? All right. Let's have a look at this then. 8 minus 10 x minus 3x squared, yeah? And we go from -10 to +10, step of 1. And we keep going down. We see -4, 0, no bother. 0, 8, no bother. It crosses in between 0, 8 and 1 minus. See 1 minus 5? I'd use 1 minus 5. And I'll show you now. Just chill out for a sec, guys. Okay? Now here's what you do. You don't have to be overcomplicated with this. You just need to draw it. You don't need to get too worried about the Now, does anybody see the largest point on the graph roughly? Which one has the highest y value? Is it 0, 8? Do we all think 0, 8 has the largest y value? Huh? Yay or nay? All right. Keep looking. 0, 8, minus 2, 16, and minus 1. Yeah, I think they're significant points as well, aren't they? So we're going to go for minus 3, 11, minus 2, 16, and minus 1, 15. You'll see it now. Minus 2, what? 16 and minus 1, 15. I'll show you now on, okay? What we have here is each block is worth 1. Is that okay? Just going to do each block is worth 1. I'm not going up as high as 6. I'm not going to count up to 16, so I'm just going to say 4, 8. Oh, did I cut myself too short here? I did, didn't I? I can cheat though, can't I? Well, I can cheat. You guys probably can't. And there we go. What's that then? 16. Okay with you guys, yeah? And then what about down here? Minus 4. Or space this out. Minus 1. Minus 2. Minus 3. 1, 2, and 3, right? Now, if I did what you guys did, where we just get the 2 points, we would have got 0, 8, and we would have got minus 4, 0, which is over here. Yeah? And we would have got 1 minus 5. What did you... So, how am I going to draw that? Like, how? Looks like a triangle. So I'm going to use more points. What are the other points I have? Minus 3, 11. I also have what? Minus 2, 16, which is here. And then finally what's a minus 1, 15? Bit more able now, haven't I? Would you agree with that? I actually think it goes above 16, but we'll give it a go. I think it'll be something like this. I could check out minus 1.5, couldn't I, if I really wanted. But you don't have to be that accurate. Just have to have a rough guideline of where it's going. All right. How would you know where to go otherwise? I worked out the intercepts. You can say 2/3 0 is here. That's no bother. And then the only point you would have had then was you would have had this point here, and this point here. You still wouldn't have known how high to go up though, would you? You could have drawn that. But by using the extra points, I drew it properly. Do you get what I'm saying? All right. Yes, sir. Mel. Of course. Do it as well as you can. Point on an N-shaped graph or the lowest point on a U-shaped graph, and that often will help you how to draw it properly. That makes sense? Right. Now let's keep going. Question 17, yeah? Now, that is obviously way too large. Now, everybody get your calculator out and input question 17 in, and we can figure out what points we're going to use today. All right. So, put into your calculator. It doesn't cross the x-axis, so it's hard to choose what point you're going to use. So just pick a couple of them. Don't use too many. Just enough so you get the gist of the graph. Okay. I am not doing those numbers. Look at them. They're terrible. But it doesn't for me. Did I not do the same thing you did? Do it again. 5 to the power of 3 to the power of x. Start at minus 10, end at 10, step at 1. Start at minus 10, end at plus 10, step of 1. All right. The first one I can realistically draw is probably minus 2 and minus 3. Would you agree with that? I can draw minus 3 and round it off to 0.2. So it's minus 3 0.185. That's going to round off to 0.2 roughly. I have -2, and what else is there? 0.55. Okay, no worries. Or 0.56 when I round it. Now I'm going to go for some others. I'm going to start spacing out a bit. 0, 5 is a good one. Are you happy with 0, 5? Let's keep going. 115. 245 might be a bit on the large side. Do you think so? I can do my best. Right, let's try this out. All right. Yes. I always find where it crosses the y-axis or the x-axis. Yeah. Yeah, just in and around that point, just to get a gist of where you're going. To be honest, I'm not doing 245. I don't think I'll do 245. You have a calculator, use it. Use the calculator. All right. Now, I'm going to go, don't know, let's go up in ones, I suppose. 4, 8, 12, 16, and realistically, we're not getting anywhere near 45, are we? What? For 12, was it? Good spot. Once again, have the ability to cheat. There you go. So where do I put the first one? 0 and point. It's below. It's closer to 0 than it is to 1. Would you agree with that? So just above the 0. What's the next one we did? -2 and then half. So that's roughly there. Then we did 0.5, which is here. We did 115, which is here. And then 2, God knows what. So essentially, we only had a rough sketch, didn't we? Then what you're going to do here, you're just going to fold it upwards, and then just keep going out of sight. And you're done. Are we good with that? Yeah, save the y, in and around the y-axis is what I would do. Just a quick sketch. 19? Is it the same graph? I just went through it. But how, like, this goes through that point. How do you know which way to go? Yeah, well, then you need to do more of it. You need to do a sketch. You're sketching the graphs. All right, let's move on. Now, for 19, there's 19 now, yeah? 19 is going to be pretty large. Would you agree with that? 19 is going to have a lot of large numbers in it, so we don't want to go too crazy. So let's once again get the y-axis and work in and around the y-axis, okay? So what do we get this time? 9 and what's it? Power 2x. Let's keep going. Not drawing any of those. They're really small numbers. Don't have to be bothered with them just yet. Alrighty. 0, 9, 118. I'm not drawing 36. So I'll go for 0, 9 and 118 would be 2 good points. Would you agree with that? 0, 9, 118. I could do with some negative ones, couldn't I? Probably should go for the -1, the -2, and the -3. Yes. You know the routine, do you? Yeah. Just sign your name. All right, what do we get for these? 4.5, 2.25. So we're halving it. 4.5, 2.25, and then the next one's 1.625. Actually, no, 1.125. All right, I think that's reasonably easy to draw. So we go down here. How high do I need to go? We had it earlier. Is it 18 or 16? It's 18, my bad. All right, let's count up in fours. And Do what Ryan did last time, make sure don't make any errors on the gaps. Is that right with you guys? And then over here, 1, 2, and 3, and over here, -1, -2, and -3. Okay, the first one, -3, 1.125, barely above the 1. Great. What about the next one? -2, 2.25, where's that? Just below halfway, halfway of halfway, if you get what I'm saying, 1/4 of the way up between 2 and 3. What about 4.5? Halfway between 4 and 5. Then we have 0.9, and finally 1/18, which is located here. And look, guys, that's perfectly good graph, isn't it? Now, what could you do either side of that? You could just keep going. You could keep going up, couldn't you? Now, I'm going to make a mistake. I want you to tell me what the mistake is. Yeah, just keep going up. Woo! What's wrong? It's not really following the trajectory, is it? What's the trajectory? You're starting to curve upwards, aren't you? And you're getting steeper. Does that make sense? What should I do down here? Just keep going flat, flatter, flatter, flatter. Makes sense? And that's a rough sketch. Is that us? Did I give you 20? Didn't he give you 20? All right. All right, guys, go on. I want you to do 20 now.